Hey, Lizzie.
Where's Tom?
He's there he is.
There he is.
So okay. So sorry I took more of a power nap than just a little nap.
It's okay.
So I apologize, but here now. So yeah, that's horrible news, Lizzie. I'm sorry, and we I won't go into detail, but yeah, I'm happy you're still willing to talk to us and still here. Um,
Yeah, well, people might not know what you're talking about. So, I mean, uh, earlier today, I got a phone call about, oh, I mean, it's one of my last two aunts. And I had a bunch of aunts growing up, so, I mean, we're getting to the end of the line here. Um, and like 15 years ago, she was diagnosed with cancer
oh,
and
gee.
it spread really rapidly and they were like giving her a year and a half to live max. And that was 15 years ago. Um, and during the course of all this, of course, she's like, I don't want to go through treatment anymore, because you can only do so much.
Right.
Um, and it's spread to her lymph nodes and it's in her bones. And I got a call today that she had fallen.
Mm.
When like if you got bone cancer, it weakens the bones. And she's had issues with broken bones before, because of it. And when she fell, it was a bad, bad fall. And she cracked several ribs, but she also broke a few. And when she broke them, they went into her lung. And because of the lymphoma, she can't breathe.
Wow.
Mm.
And I mean, she's hanging on. I don't know how she's doing this.
Wow. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah.
But yeah. So
Okay. Wow.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
No, that's yeah. We're
Um, yeah, it's just one of those things, it's just happened. Um, and I didn't expect it. Well, I mean, in a way I kind of did because I mean, like she's been sick a long time. I didn't.
yeah. You didn't expect for all this, like so instant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No,
you know.
that's yeah.
But that's today's issue, and I don't care. I don't care if people hear me crying or whatever. I'm human. I have family, and I care about them.
No,
Um,
you're not human. You're Madam Punisher.
I'm managed. I never cry. Um, no, I do more than people think. Um,
So
but it's yeah, a lot of people are going through, um, especially with everything that's going on in the last 2 years. I won't say the word so you don't get censored.
okay. So what I'd still like to do with this one too is make this one YouTube
Friendly.
appropriate, and then and then if we
The
want to
other
do a
one,
second one, let's just go wild and
go
only put
well.
it on Rumble. So
Yeah. So I mean, like, especially with the last couple years, a lot of people are going through um personal tragedy.
oh yeah, and I still can't imagine. Like, luckily I didn't have to go through it myself, but I still can't imagine like when the COVID lockdowns were on and people couldn't go to see their
I know.
grandparents and all these people that to have your grandparents live their whole lives and then die alone in the hospital because you're not allowed in there, and like all these it was any all of that, like it's just when you say the last 2 years, it just that's what
Yeah,
comes to
I
mind,
know.
right? Like
I know.
So,
Well, and the last aunt that I lost was in the last 2 years.
okay,
You
yeah.
know, she she did everything her doctors told her to. She came home one day, changed clothes and dropped dead.
Mm.
Literally, I mean, literally just dropped dead.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and you can take whatever you will from what I just said. It's like I said, I'm not trying to get you censored.
No, no, it's okay. I
Um,
still got one more strike before they take my account away, so that's all right.
it's okay. Just one more. But this week has been insane. Just absolutely insane.
And
I
sorry, go ahead.
I found I got my first police report because of this movement.
Right.
I mean that's interesting, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. Yeah. Wait, like so someone filed a grievance with the actual police for you posting stuff online, or
no,
let's go to
I filed a grievance against somebody else for what they posted online.
okay. Okay.
Okay. Um, and I'm working on, I guess, getting a restraining order against two people because of it.
Wow.
And what was posted online was a um it said $900 bounty on the in real life identity of me and two other individuals. Has to be legitimate info. That's $900 a pop for each of them.
What wow. Wait, so
The and then
so
and
even
then
though you were actually doxxed, now they're asking for like a reward money for doxing you. Is that what I'm hearing?
no, they're offering. This guy
Okay.
was offering money for real life information on me.
Jeez.
And then he went around and started messaging people, and some of those people posted those screenshots online. Of
Wow.
course, being the, investigator that I am, I went and grabbed them all. And have it in this nice little police report, which actually has the words, let me find it in here because I told him that, like I told the police that they were trying to pay money for information on me, and I'm like, this isn't right. And they're like, yeah, that's kind of a felony. um hold on. It actually has the words in here, and I want to find them because this floored me, and I had to ask about this when I saw this.
Oh, look,
It said
let me
bounty
allow
for
you to
her life.
let me allow you to screen share here.
No, I'm not going to screen share. It's okay. I'm
Oh,
not,
okay.
because it does have personal information. We're not going to dox anybody,
Got ya.
including
Got ya.
me.
Okay. Okay.
But it said the actual report, and I might actually like edit this out and like post it up because this is wow. But it said bounty for her life online.
Jeez.
That's what the
That's
police
subtle.
officer wrote, and I was like, no, he was just paying for information on me.
Wow. That's seems like something you would just brush off. Like wow.
I was just like, and so I ended up asking a friend about this. I'm like, what the hell? And they're like, well, in certain states, it's considered it really is considered a bounty for your life because what are they going to do with that information? Like they can actually charge you for that. And I
Yeah.
was like, you're kidding me. And he's like, no. And I mean, like, the person I asked, I mean, they deal with this stuff all the time. All the time. I mean, like, this is kind of what their shtick, what they do,
Mhm.
is help people. And I was floored. I was floored. But yeah, bounty for my life. I had my first bounty.
Hmm.
Wow.
I'm a little insulted at the $900 though.
I know. I know. And this is an area that I'm not specialized in, but I'm sure Tom's got his own stories for
Yeah. I
sure
don't know.
Tom's bounties are a little higher.
No.
Tom, have you had any cash bounties?
Well, I'm told that there was, I mean, even Sophia Stewart said that they'd be coming for me. So I'm told they place bets. The agents actually
Bets.
yeah, they place bets on when you'll die. Or take yourself
Oh,
out. Yeah, if you take yourself out, then they win the bet. So it
well, how much are they betting?
I don't know the amount.
Oh, well, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lizzie
Like,
could win at this point.
yeah, it's like Saving Private Ryan, where they go like, what's up to
Thanks.
now?
Yeah, I
Funny.
mean, if they're gonna do this to us, we might as well enjoy it and have some fun. I mean, come on, since this is meant to intimidate us.
Yeah, yeah, those two. So,
Uh,
yeah, but
Wow.
I'm bounty for my life.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about like editing it out and posting it up just to show people because
You should put up the facts. I think that's a good thing. I saw, yeah, this other lady was posting stuff about this one guy that wears a mask, and he's come at me and other people, and just goes after people constantly. It's insane. And so she did a whole thing. I saw it. Penny Shepherd sent it to me. A whole thing on this guy and what he had done to her, listing the quotes and everything. I thought it was brilliantly done. I was like, that took courage. Yeah.
Well, I've got like old video like that was done what 2-3 years ago of like, I mean, like they're the purge masks, right? The glowy eyes with the X'd out eyes and glowy face.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. And like they're sitting there with a voice changer and saying creepy stuff or breathing heavy. I've got tons of videos like that.
Yeah.
That are meant to like be intimidation or threatening, and like they're just this side of threatening. So they don't actually threaten you. They just, creep you the hell out.
Yeah. This particular guy threatens mainly ladies. He
Yeah.
threatens women online, but yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. And I like, oh God, one of the worst videos I saw was sent to a friend of mine. And it was literally, I mean, like this guy, it's gonna sound hilarious. It was a bunch of guys in Nazi uniforms with masks over their faces, and then a guy in a big, huge ape like bodysuit. And like they literally threatened her. I mean, it was pretty bad.
Right.
And I was just like, of all the things, you had to pick Nazi uniforms and a huge gorilla. I mean, it doesn't even make sense, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Megamind meets Hitler. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and like that was probably the worst I saw was the video that they sent her, and she sent it to me, and I have not shared it out because, well, I mean, they do use her real name in it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. That's
But
the benefits of just being a little guy, I guess, for me.
oh, don't worry, you'll get there, and when you do, you'll text me. You'll be so excited. Lizzie!
I can't wait for my first death threat.
I wanted to be a farmer. So.
Hey, not everybody was meant to garden. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah. I'm waiting for that text, Joe. I'm just letting you know.
I'm sure it's coming. And I haven't hid anything about who I am my entire time online. So
I know.
I'm not gonna be a hard one to find when it comes that time. So.
Lizzie! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation! Thank you, smiley face.
Something's happening. I mean, something's definitely happening. I just got a text where one of my posts that was put out, a short post, has 799 hearts, 692 shares. It's like something's happened where the 32 views, where it drops it down to 32 views from
can you get back on yet?
Huh?
Can you post?
Here, I'll show you. It's right here on my phone. Just
No,
sent it.
no. Are you back on X?
No, they don't let me on. Elon won't let me on.
Uh,
But it's other people put stuff up on me, and then it goes all over the place.
Elon won't let you on X. We've been so nice
Oh.
about it.
No, he does memes, just memes that mock me, and I'm not kidding you, because he knows that it's a battle between us. So when I'm on, like I said, when I'm on the air saying about, that the Neuralink is bad, that he's not telling you the bad stuff about it, and it's actually, always telling you the good stuff. And then as I came up with the idea and have it published, he's only telling you the good stuff as he's ripping it off. So he does a meme right after my program where he's got the gray mask, the guy who's been harassing me also, gray mask, and Elon's got the chip going through the top of the head, not the back of the neck, top of the head. And his comment is about how can he be evil if he's the one developing it or so. I don't know what it's so stupid. It didn't make any sense at all. He did that after on Twitter after I did my program. So he can't help but react now. And then I made a comment about, I don't know if I did it with the air with you guys, but I made a comment about how it was stupid wearing the Matrix, vinyl because you'll squeak. That's not stealth. And if you wear the black, if you wear that outfit, you're going to stand out, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're running the phone boost, it's going to be easy for the agents to find you. So he did a meme right after that. After I did that talk about how stupid that was, he then does a meme right away about him showing up to dinner at a family dinner dressed as Neo.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Well, he already did his Halloween costume where he's all in tight vinyl clothing with Baphomet on his chest. That was a nice.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Well, talk about stalking. I think he's upset that I'm not dead because that was the guarantee the Wachowskis were given, and I'm still around. And so now they announced Matrix 5, and now it's like, I think Elon's a little angry and miffed that this loose end is not taken care of, and that I'm still making claims that are legitimate, and people like yourselves we're able to put this on the air and show the proof of the copyright and everything else when they don't have it. So it's like they're getting a little yanksy, those that were the ones that were given the work that were failures.
Did you have anything copyrighted or trademarked as far as the actual Neuralink, or
yes, it's published and everything. So when you look at my screenplay, the Warner Brothers, I'm going to get my name corrected. When Warner Brothers was drilling me during depositions on their own supplied attorney, they were saying there's nothing with the Neuralink or Jackson Neck in this at all, right? And they kept drilling me right away. It was the first thing they drilled me with in a 7.5 hour session that was recorded and videoed even. And I said, well, yeah, it is. And I blindly opened my screenplay and right to Jackson Neck and everything. So therefore, they're trying to say it's not published. It is published by sending it Copyright Office and through the mail by their request, their exec's request, and through attorneys mailed to them. It's published. It is published work. So they weren't happy about that answer either. So, that's what's going so wild is Elon didn't come up with Neuralink. He's being given the Neuralink project. Right. Come up with it. He doesn't understand it. Just like the Wachowskis were given the script.
He is the hero of society, so
that's what he's groomed to be. That's what he's groomed to be by Hollywood. Once you're groomed by Hollywood, you're supposed to Keanu Reeves is supposed to be really, really nice. But yeah, so in the end, what they'll probably do, it seems like a long shot right now, but just like they did with the Wachowskis, you may see somebody else come forward to claim Neuralink once Elon Musk is brought to prison or brought down. So just like they gave Matrix 5 to another author rather than Larry Wachowski now. So they'll shuffle people around and try to see what will work best. They spend a lot of money grooming Elon Musk for the public. And it's such a stupid name, Elon Musk. Come on, guys.
No.
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. I was talking about this with somebody the other day. You do realize Elon's name comes up in one of the lost books of the Bible.
Yeah. Well, and if I understand correctly, that's not his real name. So yeah, what he was actually given at birth.
No, Elon, the name Elon comes up.
Oh, right. I get you. But I think they changed it to that and did a biblical reference on that too. Right now, the game is to imitate the screenplay. I'm told, they're making like a Truman Show. So they're putting They're imitating it, imitating the art. As Joel Silver says, he doesn't acquire it. It doesn't make art, he acquires it. So they told me, Disney guys told me they put me in my own film. And right now it's got religion in it. So they're now playing that game
Oh
of
yeah.
the story and using religion on people. That's why they named her Trinity, the character.
Yeah. And they named the ship Nebuchadnezzar, and like they're kind of toying with everybody.
They were
Yeah,
mocking
no,
the original
they
art.
do that though. They do that. They make references to biblical things in order to make them seem less holy.
Yeah, license
And-
plates. Yeah, license plates
Yeah.
with biblical passages. So yeah, the license plate was actually a threat. So
Yeah.
look it up. It's a threat. So it's like, yeah. So they, and they didn't want to talk about religion in their interviews and galas. That's why they stopped doing interviews for a while. It's because they didn't want to talk about religion. Christianity.
Yeah.
And that's something. But if you're going to put it all through your work, then you're mocking somebody. As the guy who called me told me, that's what they're doing. Is they're mocking.
No, and it's so tough for me. Like I've always had a personal relationship, I would say, with Yeshua, as I call him, like the standard Jesus. Like I feel like I know he's alive. I know the guy, and yet I look at what could have been hidden from the Bible and the different ways it could have been interpreted if it was changed different. Like all the old translations could have been written so many different ways, and the way they wrote it, I'm sorry, is like what we have to go by. And like as a personal believer and a personal friend of Yeshua, who I call him out of respect, because I believe Jesus was actually, the name was made up to be a combination of Zeus and some other god or whatever. I forget the J-E, but
it's added on. Yeah. I'll give you something really wild though. Unless Lizzie, you have something you wanted to add.
No. I was just gonna say that wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, but I was gonna say, like, I think the most important thing is just having a relationship.
Right.
You do that, and everything else.
Yeah,
God will guide you. God will guide you.
Yeah, I think the Bible as it is enough for people to get to that relationship level, and so in that way it's great. Yet the possibilities of other translations, the possibilities of what was left out, the like there's just like to believe that the best-selling book worldwide forever has not been tainted by Satan's grasp it's too much of a stretch for me, knowing what I know, I guess.
You said something so important. The screenplay was pure in its original form, giving to God, and they totally ruined it and tainted it and changed it. And made the red pill, good pill, blue pill bad. And you're absolutely right. So that's proof right there, I think. Yeah. And the other thing too is I've never told anybody this, but it's surfacing now, and so I'm going to follow that thread. Is that when I was writing it, really, I came from a very bad demonic organization, Pat Robertson's Religious Right. And when I saw the people there and how they were callous and hateful and lust and just rotten people, it was like I was like, wow, I don't belong here at all. This is a total front. And greedy and everything. It was the worst of humanity, basically.
No. He's godly. He said so.
So what happened was I decided actually
You mean like Hillary's a Christian?
Yeah. Hitler claimed it too. I was writing because I wanted to send something through mainstream Hollywood, Christ-like, that would gather, and I actually use these words, cool Christians, not religious right Christians. I was fed up with them. They were sick. Yeah. I wanted cool Christians that had cross disciplines and talents and things to come together and reset this world. I didn't want the pigs to do it. I wanted the people who actually were good-hearted. And so that was part of the piece too. And again, it was taken and given to the pig ones. So it's like very interesting. And on that mindset, it's kind of interesting. Harvey Weinstein, who was part of this theft under Mike Lang with Disney, Harvey Weinstein's face was actually used by Lord of the Rings producers to create the pig leader, orc pig leader that was taking on the white tree mountain population castle, whatever it was. They're called Ronan or something. So, oh no, the other guys are besides Ronan, but they actually used his face to model after the pig commander. So that's interesting. That's a nice tie-in. But I was hoping to gather real people to set this world right, to get it in the right course and to give glory to God. So you said something about, this is meant the way it is to be or something. I forget what we're talking about, but I believe in the theme of the piece is that man and woman tries to outwit God, God outwits them, trying to take the power.
Yeah.
And it's happening. And it's like, why am I sitting back and just doing my work to make this happen when they're threatening everything under the sun? Is because I do believe it's going to work. They said they put me in my own story. So we're in the story together. And if we're in my own story that I was given, then I think we're going to have basically a similar ending, where we'll prevail.
Yeah.
So
I hope so.
I think
I mean,
there's
there's been, speaking of hope prevailing, there has been some interesting developments this week.
Go ahead, fill us in.
Oh, I love that laugh.
My Italian laugh. I can't help it. It's Italian Swiss. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, first of all, Julian Assange, WikiLeaks, the founder of WikiLeaks, is free. He is free.
Yeah.
He flew back to Australia. I will say this, Julian, if you are listening, which is probably not likely, but just in case you are or somebody close to you is, get the hell out of Australia. Go to Russia. You'll be safe there. Australia is a enemy combatant at this point. They're not a safe country.
Yeah, no, I get
Get out of
100
there.
listeners. I'm sure Julian is one of them.
Oh yeah, I know, right? You never know.
Who knows?
You don't know.
I mean, that's so funny you said that too, because I was just supposed to give quotes from online for the website developers, right? And so WikiLeaks or Wiki whatever has given me quotes online. They put my works, and so it's like, wow, that's nice. So then you say Wiki, and it's like, wow, that's cool. Yeah.
No, you're so right though that he just needs to, now that he's actually free, he needs to get somewhere where no one can find him for a while.
If they let him move, they let him move. I'm not allowed to use. They won't let me leave the U.S. I'm not allowed to leave the U.S.
The Congo would be safer right now. I'm just saying, the Congo would be safer.
Yeah.
Or Tom's house, apparently.
Or Tom's house.
It's like back to Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, there's a guy who lives in the woods, right? And he turns into a bear or something, and he has this place where you can come, even with the terrible woods, and his house safe. So I'm the bear.
You're the bear.
So no.
Okay, all I'm thinking about is Goldilocks.
As much as I'm so happy he's finally free, you can't help but it's Biden's government that did that. What's really going on?
Well, and that is the question, right? I mean, there's stuff going on that we wanted to happen for a while from somebody who we know is not a good guy. I mean, even before this last 4 years, we knew when he was vice president, he was not a good guy. He did a lot of crappy stuff to a lot of people and ruined their lives. Just go look up his history. Just go just a little bit. I mean, you're a Biden supporter.
Crime bill.
Yes.
Just like the one that he wrote and sponsored and that locked up black people for a couple of decades. And
it's a good question that you pose, because it's like I was offered many, many things, if I would come around and quote, behave myself and get on board. It's like that clip from Full Metal Jacket when the guy with the peace sign on him, the protagonist, and the general comes up and whose team are you playing for? Let's get it with it, son. Let's get on the right team. Let's go. Come on, son. Let's go. What is that? What does that percent for? It's like drilling. It's like you get drilled to come onto their terms, and they love to take somebody who's been speaking out properly and buy them in. So if you're out, here's the telltale sign, I think. If you're outside of it and been released, then it depends on what you say next. Mm-hmm. What will you say next? If you talk about things that we know before that are wrong and stuff, it's like if Isaac Cappy was alive again and released from prison, alive again, would he talk about the terrible things still going on? Would it continue, or would he change his tune? You know, not to make any predictions on that. I'm just saying that is the question. Will you continue your dialogue, or will you, quote, behave yourself?
And I think that's what's so incredible about you still being here and being on these shows and speaking out, like to have your knowledge, to have the training that you had in the darkness, and then still be alive to be speaking out. Like that's what it sounds so morbid, but like every time I can't get a hold of you for a while by text or whatever, I'm like, oh no, did they get him? They finally get him.
Oh dear Lord.
Well, with Matrix 5 announced, yeah, that is the prediction now, is that they'll go for it. You know, something, because it's like a highway or something, because Matrix 5, they're not going to bring it forward with another writer so blatantly, and with Elon and the rest wanting silence on this guy right here in this chair, then the thought process going on is that they have something in place. But that's why these interviews are so important.
And it's kind of like the game. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, and it's kind of like the Game of Thrones thing in a weird way, where like, you know, the writer only had 5 seasons or whatever, and it's, you know, then the rest of it was up to the movie producers, and they made a story, and they kept creating stuff, and it's kind of the same thing, where the way you wrote The Matrix was only a 3-part, like, or you know, what they captured in 3 parts at least.
Yeah.
So, and now they're just trying to monetize it forever with none of the actual like writer input anymore, and it's kind of a similar situation where they're taking creative liberties on stuff that they really had nothing to do with.
Well, it's such an interesting thing you raised right there, because J.R.R. Martin, whatever his name is, he was in-house. He was in-house as an employee of HBO and them. So he was tapped to steal like the Wachowskis were. So what they did was they had a bunch of writers compile that story and gave him credit. And what happened was then they can take it away from him anytime they want. See, it's like the Wachowskis. Wachowskis were given the work, and they take it away from Larry and say he did a bad job. So whenever they want, it's like they reach in and take over. You know, here, I'll give this to you, Carrie, and then I'll take it from you back because we created you, we can break you. So it's very interesting that, you know, the compilation that goes into Game of Thrones is actually mocking people that are trying to speak out, and they use the names and comparisons that are absolutely unreal. And so the story is actually good, built upon mocking those that actually were standing out. It's like a modern day saga set in old times to mock modern day people who actually stood up. So, you know,
so it's like the movie The Hunt.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And it's like, yeah. You know, speaking of too, we talk about guys getting out of prison and why'd they come out when others are still being held, right? Right? And do they change their tune? Yeah. Okay. You've got the guy with the horns, the Viking guy. We're also like the Viking guy. He represents
the guy at the January 6th. That guy, is that what?
Yeah.
You know who he is.
Now watch this example. Stay with me. So he's in prison. The others are in prison unjustly. Okay. They're sentenced for what? They're in there for like years, right? Well, he says in an interview when he gets out, get this, he gets out with a Q group, right? Which were throwing our case stuff. Throwing us. It was not good. The Q was bad. Believe it or not, inside operation. No brainer. But when he gets out, he explains in an interview why he's out. And I cannot believe what he says. He spills it. He says, well, they helped me understand where I was wrong, and really did a good job with their programs to get me right about that what I did was wrong. And he sold out. The guy with the horns sold out to get out while all the rest were still held. He made a deal. He made a deal. And you think when he gets out, he would be actually saying, you know, those poor people in there, they shouldn't be in there. I got out and I'm going to fight for them. No. He's keeping them in there. Yeah, he's helping to keep them in there by saying the agencies were right to do what they did with him. Unbelievable.
Wow, that is nuts.
What a hero.
Actually, I just for fun, I follow him on X. So like
he's still out on X. Yeah.
He's back. So yeah. No, I
Yeah.
that is incredible. That is like, well, my thoughts were reestablished, and now I'm thinking right, and so I can be free.
That's what's happening. They're going to buy out anybody who actually stood up. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
what else they got? You want one more quick one? And Lizzie, you go with this. They took out, they bought the guy who was my favorite astronomer that explained quantum physics and everything. Neil Thiessen, whatever, I forget his name exactly. The African-American guy, genius at
Oh.
explaining things and making it palatable. I love that guy. Well, he got bought. He got bought by Warner Brothers and the rest of the agencies, and suddenly he changed his position. And then he started saying that we're possibly in a matrix, and we're in a no, we're not. That's what they want him to say. So he went from the star guy, bought right out. Can't watch him anymore. Unbelievable. So that's the campaign right now, is take those of us. That's why maybe I'm still alive, is because they're hoping if they can get me to sell out, and boy, they've made some good offers. And if I take those offers, which will help, quote, keep my last son alive, and have all the what was it? A mansion. First it was going to be Hollywood, then it was going to be Uruguay. A mansion, a boat. I can change the curtains if I want. I was going to be flown out with 10 other individuals that I could pick to resorts in Hollywood. And if I wanted a different one, I could be flown to a new one. And we'd all be together to see the studios that I would then be hired to be a script doctor. Wouldn't get credit for my work, but I would be the richest man in Hollywood, one of the richest, and be training others how to write. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, it was good talking to you. I enjoyed that. So
Yeah.
I'd be ripping off people like that.
Okay, it's funny because I mean, like, we talk about this stuff, and what people don't understand is like what happens when you get approached for stuff like this. So let's break it down just a little.
Before we do though, we are at like 2.5 minutes.
So fast.
Okay. So let me finish
So
this up real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so they generally start when you're like 19, 20, 21, right around in that age period.
Yeah.
You just started college, you're just out on your own, you're just exploring life.
There you go.
And they will sit there and they will come up to you and they will offer you a job for 6 figures plus bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, they will sit here and go, hey, you want to borrow my car? And it's a $350,000, $450,000 car.
Yeah.
They will hand you their American Express Black card and tell you to take it for the weekend. And
the protection card and the keys to the art big motorhome.
Yeah, I mean, like, this legitimately goes on. And if you say no, I don't want that job, they'll offer you another job for 6 figures plus bonuses. They will give you a scholarship to go to, say MIT, full ride scholarship,
and a partner.
Yeah. And I mean, like, this legitimately does go on. And you're asked to join groups, you're asked to join cults. It's usually either Freemasons or Satanists and party. And you'll be going to like, say art galleries that have like Charles Manson's paintings of the presidents. Just an example.
Beautiful people will come and solicit you. Yep.
Yeah, beautiful people will come and solicit you. Hey, we want to spend the night with you. Yep.
Oh yeah.
So I think this is an awesome place to wrap this one up. If you guys are willing to do one more with me tonight, let's not hold back on this next one. Let's do a Rumble only. I'm gonna try and get banned. I'm gonna do everything. Let's go crazy on this next one. I think this one was tame enough to keep it up on YouTube. Let's get back at 15 after the hour. I think that should be enough time to get me all saved and everything like that. And we'll start right back with getting you paid to play, I guess.
Wait, before you go, I gotta do I was offered Broadway to be Tony on West Side Story, so I want to just this one little thing for you, one little clip, right?
Okay, you gotta hurry.
My tail jets are gonna get it tonight.